Happy Saturday, guys. Live here in our shop. I'm just gonna run up and grab a coffee quick, but I'll let a few of you guys pop on here. We got a new coffee maker. So this one grinds it and brews it. Does it all. And of course, I gotta have the good stuff, right? There we go. So here's the problem, guys. If I go outside, I'll show you the trucks. If I go outside, I lose service. The signal is bad, and then we get disconnected. So I figured today I'd give you a little shop tour, show you what's going on here in the shop. And I also give away some, got some stuff to give away. What time is it? So actually it's like almost 1 o'clock. Is that clock right? I don't know. But anyway, I have a feeling that clock is not right. I'll get a time, but I think we're almost to the top of the hour. So I'm gonna give away a hammer down hoodie. I actually got one on. Awesome hoodie. I love it. So I'm gonna give a hoodie away, and I'll do it here. If you guys want to get entered in for today, if you want to get entered, you got like 5 minutes yet to get entered, and you can get entered to win. So go to Flint Creek Merch, place an order, and I can see a lot of the orders. I can log in and just check them real quick and see, and add you guys to the list. So if you want a chance to win, all right, coffee's done. Let's go downstairs, show you some of the stuff they're working on here in the shop. So let me see if I can get these lights on over here. See if I can find the switch. Nope. That's not good. I don't even know where the light switches are. I think they're around the corner here. If they're not over there, I know they're over here. So right now we got the shop is pretty much empty. I think that's it. So the shop's pretty much empty. There's a few trucks parked out that are probably coming in first thing in the morning Monday. But for the most part, we got everything cleaned up. And I'll show you too, from the truck show, our jack stands came in. So these are the jack stands. These are 20,000 pound capacity jack stands that we got in. We got 4 of them in. We've been needing a few more of them. So, and then the other thing we got in is this fancy little tool right here. So this is for changing brake drums, for changing hubs on, like when they're doing disc brakes, changing out the hubs. We can do that pretty easy. So this just slides right on. It's a whole piece. So we got all kinds of gray stuff here, as you can tell. We're like big gray fans, as well as a whole set of lifts and the big jack stands. Those lifts we had them about a year in the old shop, and then ever since we moved out to the new shop, and they've been great. We had a little bit issue with batteries, but otherwise they've been pretty solid. All right. And this past week, you'll see this video coming out here, in the next couple weeks. But this past week, I was out in Albany, and I was out for a tanning event. So that was Trucking Association of New York is what TANI stands for. All right, that 60-inch bunk, we are slowly making progress on it. But as you can tell, back panel we were replacing, and they're kind of getting this thing. What the goal is to get it all ready for paint. So making sure everything is straight, making sure, we're going to sand stuff down. We're going to get it prepped. We're also going to set this on a truck, on like a day cab truck. So that way we can do the big hole. So we'll cut it out and get that prepped. And then what else? I don't know. It's still in pretty decent shape though. But it just needs a little TLC and some paint. And, I was down at Louisville, and it's, you see some of those trucks with the old Aero 1 60-inch. Those things are pretty sweet. They are pretty sweet. All right, who all do we got on here by now? All kind of guys. Jim, Timothy, Dakota, happy Saturday. Brandon, South Carolina's in the house. Yes, I did, Brandon. Sorry I did not get to respond yet. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. I don't have a lot of trucks planned for this year for purchasing. But so I went on a buying spree last year and got a lot of trucks last year. This year, I can tell you what we're going to be doing, where the money's going to be getting spent. We're still spending money, just in different areas. So I will have a Western 2025, I'm guessing, 2025 or 2026. No, it'd be a 2025 Western belt trailer coming in. So that will be here. There is a show in Vermont. It's the Logger Show, I think it is. Some type of or outdoor woodsman show in Vermont. And I'm going to that. That trailer is going to be out there. So here's the deal. What happens is Western says if they bring it to a show or bring it to an event and they can show it off, I don't have to pay the freight. So that means typically freight from Idaho, from Boise, Idaho, can be anywhere from it wasn't 4. I don't want to say it was. I think 4,000 was like to Wisconsin or Illinois when we picked it up there. But I want to say freight to in here would probably be between 6,000 and 10,000. I never really priced one out recently, but I'm just guessing 6,000 to 10,000 for freight. So I save that on the trailer if I can just go. All I gotta do is go to Vermont and pick it up, which is about 4 hours. I think it's in southern Vermont is where the show is. So, but that trailer's coming in, and so that's one of the things I got working on this year. That trailer should be here in May. That show is, I think, the beginning of May. And then right out here where I have the vehicles parked, that's Tyler's new car, by the way. He's been working hard, so that's his own car. He bought it with his own money. Chris White, what's up, brother? What's up, guys? Conrad from Ohio. Oh, yeah, I know you. Conrad, I think you're coming in this way sometime soon. Lenny Miller from Massachusetts. Kenny, thank you. Thanks for the love. Where these vehicles are right here, we're putting on an addition. So the addition is, driver's pulling in. The addition is going to be, I should know this. I want to say it's like 20 foot out, 30 foot out. I don't know. I have too many buildings in my head right now because I'm working on some personal projects and 2 different projects, and then I'm working on this project. So there's a lot A lot of sizes going through my mind. But anyway, it's going to be office space. So there's 2 levels going in, and it's going to basically bump against this, and it's going to take up, it's going to be the width of this plus a little bit. So I want to say it's like 40 foot. I think it's a 40 by 30 now that I'm, so 40 foot by 30 foot out. So that is what is going on. So that's gonna be a little chunk of money. And then we'll see what's left over, but I'm guessing that, well, I have 2 forklifts coming in. They are not here yet, and I bought that hook lift truck. I think the new forklifts are coming in. Those are Clark forklifts. Those are coming in here shortly this next week, I think. And I don't know. I think that's all that I have, like, scheduled, like, that is bought. So I'm probably going to be selling some things, some forklifts I'm going to be selling, some older forklifts, and I think we'll see what happens this summer. So it kind of depends on some of our contracts, whether I sell an old walk-in floor, because when that belt trailer gets here, that's going to help out with mulch and some of the ag work that we do, some of the stuff over the summer. So the walking floors, if I can get rid of an older walk-in floor, I'd be just happy with that. All right, it's like 2 o'clock, guys. 2:04. Dervin Martin, hi from Ohio. Nick from Massachusetts. Danny from Florida. All right, let's do a giveaway here. Let me just log on real quick and see if any more orders came in. Let me set you guys down for a second. All right. So all right, we're good to go. Alrighty, guys. So what I do is I have a random number generator on the phone, and we will see who. And I basically have a list of all the customers. All right, number 6. Is Lisa Schwartz from Naples. Lisa from Naples, New York. So she won a hammer down hoodie. All right, and here's another giveaway. Actually, give me a minute and I'll do another giveaway. So it's gonna be a little quiz. Who else is checking in here? Doc Holiday, Danny. Any more work on the International? Yes, the International is outside, parked in the corner. I actually ran it a little bit today, and guess what? Can anybody guess what happened to it? The check engine light is on. Big rig spot. Howdy, howdy, James Martin. So, check engine light's on. I don't know. Next week it's going to have to come in the shop and we're going to have to check it out. But we did run it a little bit. We used the hook lift part and that works slick. So, all right, guys. And the hammer down hoodie, Lisa Schwartz, congratulations. And I will say too, if you want to get in for next week. So next week I am going on, I'm going to do another giveaway. And if you want to get in on that, make sure that all you got to do is purchase, whether it's coffee, whether it's a hoodie, whether it's a hat, make a purchase. And the other thing, guys, is see this little collector card? So this is a collector card for the month of April. So you will get a collector card in each order. So next week, I will be doing another giveaway. So pretty much every week here for the month of April, I will be doing a giveaway. The only thing is next Saturday, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing, but I will try my best to get live and do a giveaway. So the next giveaway, guys, is I'm going to give away a bag of coffee, right? This is the full locker blend. And the question is does anybody, the first person to tell me where this full locker blend comes from? All right. What country does the full locker blend come from? It actually says it right on the bag. So if you can guess that right, it is not Colombia. Nope, not Mexico, not Guatemala. Come on, guys. You should know this. Not Puerto Rico. Not Honduras. No, not Peru, not Dominican. You guys are good guessers, but just not quite good enough. Hey, Danny, you got it. Ethiopia. That's it. Danny, if you can shoot an email to justin@flintcreektransport.com, I will send you a bag of coffee. So justin@flintcreektransport.com, and just put in there if you want ground coffee or whole bean, and I'll ship you a bag. All right. Are we going to see the solar eclipse Monday? Yes, we are actually right in the line of the eclipse. So believe it or not, we're shutting our operation down Monday. Like probably by noon, we're trying to get a lot of the trucks off the road. Sometime, this whole eclipse thing, it's crazy up here. So we're like in the zone here, and it is they're shutting parking lots down. They're closing certain roads. I'm hearing anyway. Whether this all happens or not, I don't know. It's kind of crazy what's going on. But anyway, we are in the line. So by noon, we hope to be, our stores will be shut down by noon. And then also pretty much, I think a lot of the guys are taking the shop off. So I'm not so much worried about our truck drivers, but I just know that there's going to be a lot of people in the counties here and surrounding. Like, so Monroe County Rochester is right in the heart of it. And Wayne County, Oswego County, and even Seneca County here and Ontario County. And this is where we're based out of. And our trucks, like we run into Monroe County, Rochester all the time. And I know that we would be hitting it hard. So it is not worth it. And I know that there's going to be a lot of crazy drivers. So a lot of the places that we work with as well, they're shutting down. Just not worth the mess. Yeah, and who knows? It's probably going to be cloudy. Probably won't even see it anyway. So I don't know. Let's go over to this truck 104. I'll show you a little bit what's going on here. So this has been in here a little bit. We've been working on it. We finally got the frame rails back. So I say the frame rails. We put insert in from here. Like basically, let me back up. So a little bit in front, the whole way back through. So it ends there in the back. So basically double framed it. And I think this will make it a lot stronger. There were a couple spots where it was looking pretty weak, so that's why we did this. And for the next 10 years. Like we put some lube and some grease and a bunch of stuff back in there. So hopefully that holds up. But this will definitely last for quite a while. Now the stuff, like now that we got that in there, a lot of this, well, you can see they're already hanging some of these suspension, but it's going to start to go up there pretty quick. It'll start looking like a truck again. And the floor got ripped out. We have to now get a new piece to put in there. And once all this stuff gets back on it, the truck's going to go down and get painted. So hopefully it'll be a good looking truck when we get done with it. But this one was kind of needing a bit of repair for quite a while. So yeah, and then the other thing, guys. So I'll tell you a little bit. When I was out at the Trucking Association of New York, I know I have a lot of pre-emission trucks. Pretty much all the trucks I have are pre-emission, except that new International that I got, or that International, that Cummins. And when I was at the Trucking Association of New York, they are pushing back very hard on the regulations that New York State is trying to mandate and enforce. And a lot of it, they're trying to push to electric trucks. And by 2035, I forget the exact dates. I'm going to try to, there's a event this summer, like a green truck event this summer, that I want to try to get those dates, some of the exact dates of when the electric is going to go into effect. But what's going to happen is going to basically force some dealers, like you can only sell so many trucks, so many diesel trucks. Like there's a certain percentage of diesel trucks or a certain percent of electric trucks that have to get sold here in New York State. So some of these dealers, kind of what's happening like in California, but some of the dealers have to almost move out of state or whatever, be out of state. So that way they can, you can still buy trucks out of state. And we are so far away from actually having electric trucks. I don't understand electric that well, but when people go in and apply for how many, or apply for electric to get put into their place to charge electric trucks, the demand is ridiculous. What a semi truck needs, like a Tesla or whatever. And for us, just a fleet of 30 trucks to have all electric, we would probably use more than what all of Geneva uses. It's a ridiculous amount of electric that gets used to just charge these trucks up. And then it's not just for that day, it's every single day that you have to charge, or when you're using these trucks. So we're years and years and years away from electric trucks. Now, are there some fleets going to have them? Yes, you can have maybe one or two in the fleet, but it's going to be very select few. And you can already see there's a lot of pushback from regular car manufacturers here in the States that are like, we can't even sell these vehicles. And I'm not saying electric's all bad. It's just they're trying to push it too fast, especially here in New York. So what's going to happen, eventually what's going to happen is if, let's say Walmart or whoever, if they want to, I think it's going to put a crunch on some of those guys, because the big fleets, if they want to buy new trucks, a certain percent have to be electric. And that's going to be very, very frustrating for them. So either they keep the diesel trucks that they have and fix them back up, or they sell them and get electric. And you can just about guess what's going to happen. That's going to be very frustrating for a lot of people, for a lot of these big fleets that have trucks. So I don't know how they're going to do it. More than likely, I'm guessing they're probably going to fuss to the government, and they'll probably get some type of an exemption or who knows what. But that's what it's coming down to. So I'm having all my gliders, all the pre-emission trucks, There's a lot of guys that have bought new trucks and they're like, they wish they wouldn't have, and they're going pre-mission or just deleting trucks. But I don't, not that I don't believe in deleting trucks. It's just I don't like to do that because that's illegal technically. Um, so if I can get more glider trucks, eventually I'll get more glider trucks. Just this year, I'm updating some trailers, updating a belt trailer, and maybe we'll see at the end of the year how everything shakes out. But maybe I'll swap something out, or maybe get a truck. I don't know. All right, there was something else I was going to tell you guys. With diesel trucks, but worst case scenario too is like the whole thing with the registrations. Eventually, like right now, California, you cannot license a truck that's older with an engine older than 2010. And I'm expecting that at some point, they're going to try to push that into New York. But again, they're gonna get a lot of pushback. So I still think that is a ways out, and that's where a lot of our trucks would actually not class. Like that would not be good for us registering in New York. But we can always register in another state. Are there LNG trucks in the USA? There are a few LNG trucks in the USA. I actually bought a Peterbilt 378 at an auction years ago. That's a funny story. So I bought I think it was a Peterbilt 370. It was like only a couple years old, and it sold for like 30 grand or something crazy cheap. And I'm like, hold the load. I could take that engine out and put something else in. Well, I bought the truck, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do all that. So I ended up selling it to a guy that had a fleet of LNG trucks, and um, there's some around, but they are only on select lanes. They're very limited, and you got to have people to work on them. I'm not opposed to some of that stuff, but I think there's more of that stuff coming down the pipeline. Haha, yeah. Who sandblasted and painted that frame? Um, I can I can drop a link in, or yeah, natural gas tractors coming in. I know Wegmans has a whole fleet of natural gas. I think it's CNG trucks, compressed natural gas. They Wegmans has been running their compressed natural gas. I think almost all of their trucks are CNG, and they've been running those for quite a while. Cummins just came out with a engine X15, or supposedly like an X15 that has it's for natural gas. All right, guys. Um, Good morning from Nevada. Do you have to live in the state or have business residence to register a truck in a different state? That I'm not sure, but I have partners, one that lives in Kentucky, I think, and one that lives in Florida. So I'm sure that we could figure out something. And we have family as well in Pennsylvania and surrounding states. So I don't know. And the other thing that I can do too is a lot of these trucks. I mean, I could put an emission system on them, so that would also be an option. And guys, maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that when you can buy these new engines from Cat, like a 6NZ, um, remanufactured engine, and I'm pretty sure that the build date on those engines is like a current build date. Like they would class those engines as like a 2023. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Does anybody know on that? Maybe you guys can fill me in. But either way, emissions. Like I was trying to think, how many gallons? You know, the little gallon jugs of DEF. I need to do a calculation because we run about 2 million miles a year, and then figure out how many gallon jugs or how many 2.5 gallon jugs that we would save from the environment by running pre-emission. I know you can buy them in totes, but I don't know. Not that I'm against these emission stuff. It's just the way they're going about it. And they're getting more and more pushback, but it seems like there's a select few with a lot of power that are like, no way. At all. They don't care. They don't care what the price is, what the price they're going to have to pay. They just want to see every truck electric. They don't care that there's mines in Africa and it's not green over there. They just care about their agenda and getting their agenda done. So that's sad. I wish there would be a better way to go about it, but unfortunately, it's what happens. The city of Columbia, yeah. And you know what else? I just heard that the city of Ithaca had electric trucks. So if for you guys that are in New York, you will know that the city of Ithaca is probably the most, how do I say this? Maybe I should say up and coming, or they try to be very green, the city of Ithaca. And they had electric buses. Well, they just switched back and they just got 5 new diesel buses because electric, they were having too much trouble with their electric buses. So that's why they got rid of them. So imagine that, guys, switching. This is probably one of the most upscale, fluent, I don't know. This is Ithaca, like the whole epicenter of green for New York State. Like, it's crazy. And they're going from electric back to diesel. That's how crazy it is. So, all right, guys. I don't know what else you want to see here in the shop, but maybe I'll show you one more thing. One more thing. We are getting set up to where we can inventory stuff. We're working on an inventory system, and I'll show you, see if this is unlocked. This might be locked. It is locked, and I can't get in. So, but I don't know if you guys can see the calendar in there. Yeah, there you go. Basically, our parts room is what we're trying to do. I really need to get keys, by the way. I need to get keys for every door. I have keys for the side doors, but we're trying to get all our parts on inventory, all the parts that we have, and that way, when the mechanics are out here working, they go into the counter, and we have a guy behind the counter that gets their parts for them. That way, we can track everything. And what I'm really like, we're a fleet of 30 trucks, and what I'm really trying to do is, I want to be able to see what the cost is for every truck. So every truck going down the road, I want to know what that truck costs for the year, what that truck cost for the last 2 years, 5 years, or whatever it is. I know it's going to take a bit of time till we get that done, but we're working that way. So hopefully by the end of the year, maybe we can be live and have that system working. So that will also track warranties. That tracks a lot of different things, tire wear, some of that. So I'm excited to get something like that in progress and give us maybe a little more idea of costs. And then there's like, that'll tie right into our QuickBooks. That'll tie into the fuel and some of that stuff. So, all right. Anything else, guys? Everyone's quiet today. So guys, check out, don't forget to go check out the coffee shop, hammerdowncoffee.com. Here's the full locker blend. I'm gonna eventually go down to the guy that has the that's all roasted locally. So the guy that has the roaster, and we're gonna shoot some video down there. But the full locker blend is the medium roast. Full throttle is a light roast. Deep reduction is the dark roast, and then the red eye espresso blend and the reset blend. meaning like your 34-hour reset, right? That's the decaffeinated. So we got 5 different blends, and I am working with some other guys on coming out with different collector cards. And the whole thing with the collector cards is like, I want to, these trucks don't stay around forever. We try to, but eventually in 30 years or 40 years, when you're an old guy and you can go through your booking with your grandkids or whoever, you can have your book of collector cards and you can say, here's the truck I used to run, or here's the real trucks like back in the day when we had diesel trucks. So I just want these trucks to live on, and I'm like, you know what? I think it'd be cool to have collector cards to, see some specs. And I also want to get other guys involved into it because, I mean, I don't want to do just our trucks. I want to do other trucks too. And I think it'd be really, really cool to have a lot of different, or at least a couple different collector cards. So each month you can kind of choose from. Most people, you're going to go through probably 2 to 3 bags a month. And the coffee, like, for what you get, like, it's priced very well, and you also get a collector card with it. So I think 2 to 3 bags a month, get on a subscription, and you'd be getting a couple different collector cards. So that's what my goal is. That's what my plan is. So check it out, hammerdowncoffee.com. Casey, have a good weekend. Chuck, you guys have a great weekend. I'm going to sign off, and we will see you guys next weekend. So thanks for going live with me here. See you around. Peace out.